Said he wants to fight Anthony Joshua in 2026.
And the haters online are like, yeah, do it.
Well, they're like, what about now?
Yeah.
They're like, what about fight him now? He's like, no, I want to wait till 2026. I'm like, okay.
To put on weight?
Put all the steroids, every steroid thing.
I would watch. Here's the thing. I would watch.
If you could let me in on some of that, whatever. I don't know, the special stuff that you might be taking. I don't know.
Very dangerous fight for Jake Paul. Very dangerous. He's probably got one chance to try and counterpunch. And if he catches Joshua, he might do something, but I see that as a 100% win for Anthony Joshua.
Anthony Joshua gave a sharp response to Jake Paul after new PED claims came out. Joe Rogan said Jake wants more time to add weight and maybe use steroids before taking on Joshua. Jake has said he will face AJ in 2026, not 2025, which has raised talk about his training plan and body changes.
Dubois guy, though, holy man, the way he took out Anthony Joshua.
I know.
Yeah, Jake wants to fight Anthony Joshua now.
I know that I will beat Anthony Joshua's.
Said he wants to fight Anthony Joshua in 2026.
And the haters online are like, yeah, do it.
Well, they're like, what about now?
Yeah.
They're like, what about fight him now? He's like, no, I want to wait till 2026. I'm like, okay.
To put on weight?
Put all the steroids, every steroid they have.
I would watch. Here's the thing. I would watch
venom. Oh, by the way,
scorpion venom.
Rollo reached out to me, John Rollo, my boy, and he sells this blue scorpion. He wants to get you some, Jordan.
I'll have some.
All right, I'll have him send you some.
Get on the
I'll take quadruple doses.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens. I'm gonna start slow. I'm gonna find out if I get poisoned.
Yeah, just.
What are we doing? We're drinking venom from scorpions.
It is weird.
That's weird. He's got the dopest head.
One major topic in boxing right now is whether Jake Paul is using performance-enhancing drugs. Many fans and experts say Jake has added size and speed faster than what seems normal. His quick physical change has surprised people, especially since he keeps beating pro fighters despite having only a few years of boxing experience.
On some of that, whatever. I don't know, the special stuff that you might be taking. I don't know.
This nigga looks like a hot pocket, bro. Everyone says he be doing type of PEDs, and I be in a crib.
Yeah, bro. Like there's no
nah.
way. Whatever stuff I'm taking ain't working, bro.
Actually, like, what do you think it is that about Jake that makes people say that he's on something? Like, what? Like, is it just the fact that he's progressed so much in the sport?
Like, I don't know why I couldn't put any weight on, and you were able to put on. You said 230.
I can gain weight so easy.
This is why Jake Paul is on PEDs. Within this past year, Jake Paul has literally hit a second puberty and aged like 10 years. Furthermore, he has acne and his hairline is receding like crazy. And people like Jake Paul are going to the best skin doctors in the world and probably are taking hair loss products that aren't even approved for the rest of us. Now, I'm not saying that Jake Paul necessarily took a steroid to make him look bigger, but he's definitely taking something that allows him to recover faster. That way he's able to train more and get better at boxing quickly.
Jake Paul is not only going after Anthony Joshua, he has also challenged Alex Pereira, the former UFC champion. This surprised many in the combat sports world because Pereira is known for his strong striking and knockout power, while Jake shows plenty of confidence. Many people think he is taking on more than he can handle by calling out such top-level fighters.
Maybe if you could let me in on some of that, whatever. I don't know, the special stuff that you might be taking. I don't know. No, I'm just messing with you.
This nigga looks like a hot pocket, bro. Everyone says he be doing type of PEDs, and I be in a crib.
Yeah, bro.
Like
there's no way. Whatever stuff I'm taking ain't working, bro.
He has a terrible build, bro. If he was taking shit.
Observers have noted that Jake Paul is getting acne, looking older, and showing major changes in his body. His stomach, which was not well defined earlier in his career, now appears sculpted and muscular. This fast change has led some people to think he might be using PEDs to gain an unfair advantage in the ring.
From those PEDs that he's injecting. He has all this acne. Oh, his chin grew, or he's all red. These are all signs.
I see all those allegations all the time, but I need to see the evidence.
Up until we're provided with evidence that he is taking PEDs, and I'm not going to accuse him of that.
Is there a possibility that he's taking PEDs? Of course there is. But you can't just see his body transformation and completely say with 100% certainty that he's taking PEDs.
Boxing fans have wondered how Jake Paul has managed to beat professional fighters after only 4 years of training. Usually boxers spend many years building their skills before reaching a high level. Some people think Jake's quick progress comes from hard work, while others believe he might be getting help from something unnatural.
Those little bumps you had on your face kind of alarmed me. You wouldn't be happening to taking PEDs, are you?
Listen, if you want to build in excuses right now,
no, I'm just asking.
Go ahead.
Because I was just wondering, I looked at your face, it looked kind of serious. You had some rage and you acting all unorthodox, you know, those are signs of the PEDs.
I'm enraged. I'm not enraged at all.
Are you taking PEDs?
No, sir.
Not at all. Okay.
No, sir.
That's
Do you think
what
he's
I
on
feel like.
PEDs?
I don't care.
Jake Paul has addressed these claims in a recent interview. He said that people suspect he is using steroids and called the rumors strange. He maintains that his changes come from hard work, good nutrition, and intense training. However, many remain skeptical, especially boxing purists who question his credibility.
I'm slightly older. I'm basically gonna drink tequila and intermittent fast.
What's Jake Paul gonna look like after his boxing career?
So people think I do steroids and all this shit. So I have a plan because I think it's bizarre. That's like the only excuse they can come up with is like rigged fights. Jake Paul does steroids. So after boxing, I'm gonna do a cycle of steroids to show people what Jake Paul on steroids actually looks like, because I want to shut people the up.
Sports analyst Simon Jordan has shared his view on Jake Paul's boxing journey, calling it unusual and somewhat unrealistic. He thinks moving from being a YouTuber to taking on legends like Anthony Joshua and Canelo Alvarez does not sit well with the traditional boxing community. While Jake has added entertainment to the sport, some people argue that he has not yet earned the right to fight elite boxers.
As a boxing purist, it doesn't sit well, but as a normal working class lad, I've been asked by builders, would you fight Jake Paul for £5 million? I never got £5 million for fighting anyone else in a fight. So it's the silliest question in the world. I've been retired 7 years. I'm still very confident. If you give me 3 weeks to get off the couch, I'll probably still beat him with one hand. It's not. Yeah. He's not a good fighter, so it's not even being disrespectful to him. As a YouTuber, as a presenter in what he does, he blows me out the water. That's his line of work. But you're stepping into boxing, another profession. Now, to call the likes of Canelo out, I think is disrespectful. To call Anthony Joshua out is lunacy, but we know why it's happening and why he does it.
Forget Jake Paul. Forget Jake
Paul. A lot of tickets.
Paul, I mean, Jake Paul's going to do what Jake Paul does, but Anthony Joshua, and with respect to you and what you did and didn't earn in your career, Anthony Joshua has earned a king's ransom.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to be fiddled with this, does he?
Yeah. No, he doesn't. But again, all I keep seeing from people out there is, when is enough? And I get that. But when you're retired at 33, 34, and you've got to make that last now, you've got more experience than me in this, dealing with a lot of footballers in the past as well, and business people who have to make a certain amount of budget last. It's the easiest money you'll probably ever make.
Tommy Fury, who beat Jake Paul in their last fight, has shared his opinion on Paul's ambitions. Fury said he fought Jake with a broken hand and still won. Now Jake wants to face Anthony Joshua, a far more experienced and powerful fighter. Fury believes this move might be more about publicity than a real competitive challenge.
To give a little opinion on everything I've been seeing on social media lately, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, just wanted to come in here and remind everybody that bum couldn't beat me when I basically had a broken hand. I had one hand and he still lost. Jake Paul, I'm still your daddy, and everybody weighing this fight up, don't bother, because he ain't worth a shilling. And the loss will always be there, Mr. Paul. Take it easy and have a good day.
Gareth A. Davies talks about a possible fight between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, highlighting the huge payday, possibly around $50 million, that Jake could make. He also points out the big size and power difference, with Joshua standing 6 feet 7 inches and much heavier than Jake at 6 feet 2 inches.
I'm not sure Anthony Joshua's going to play the game like everyone else. And it could be fairly calamitous, I think, if Joshua stepped into a ring with Jake Paul. But we're going to watch it because we want to see Jake Paul get knocked the F out. We do. Everyone wants to see it. I mean, I've even said it to him. I was looking forward to Mike Tyson him knocking him the fuck out. Doesn't surprise me. He's looking for the biggest names out there, and it just shows that he's prepared to put himself on the line to promote himself.
Would it be more competitive than the Ngannou fight, in your opinion, or less?
That's a very good analogy. It's a very good comparison. Much less competitive. I mean, I think it's got to be at that level of exhibition bout. I think it's a very dangerous fight for Jake Paul. Very dangerous. He's probably got one chance to try and counterpunch. And if he catches Joshua, he might do something, but I see that as a 100% win for Anthony Joshua.
He highlights Joshua's knockout power while noting Joshua's past difficulties against skilled opponents. He says the fight would still attract massive attention and be a show for fans despite giving many boxers their biggest paydays. Jake Paul has also shown disrespect toward boxing legends.
Anthony Joshua, exclusive, because I know that I will...
I'm so sorry for my English, but I have to. See, Jake Paul does lots of good things. He has a camp for kids where he, I guess, gives training and coaching and gloves and environment for kids in Puerto Rico. He helped lots of boxers to get the bigger purse than they deserve. He has done some good things. And you are kind of trying to be on his side, but then he says something like that. Like, you almost are on his side, and then he says, I want to fight Anthony Joshua and Canelo at the same night or whatever. Jake, fighting Anthony Joshua and Canelo is not fighting Tyron Woodley or 60 years old Mike Tyson with Alzheimer's. Anthony Joshua is able to literally kill you. No doubt. If his mission is to kill you on the ring, he will kill you. You lost against Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury won against you. What Anthony Joshua? What Canelo, my friend? Canelo, you would need the liver replacement after Canelo fight. I promise you. I don't know. So stop doing that shit. Do the good things you are doing, and we will be on your side. Just stop saying crazy shit like this.
He frequently uses trash talk and social media callouts to provoke fighters, including Anthony Joshua. While this builds hype and sells fights, it has also made many boxing fans question if Paul truly respects the sport. Unlike Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua has faced some of the greatest boxers in history. One of his toughest battles was against Alexander Usyk. Considered one of the most technically skilled fighters in the world, Usyk beat Joshua twice, showing that even top heavyweights can struggle against world-class opponents. This adds more doubt about Jake Paul's chances against Joshua.
The belts were finally out of my possession, which I was expecting to win. It just kind of tore me apart, and that's raw emotion live on your screen. Obviously, looking back, could I have dealt with things better? Yeah, of course, but at the time that wasn't the priority. It was just outpour of emotion.
There are so many athletes we're seeing across gymnastics, cricket, rugby and football that have taken time out of their sport to deal with their mental health before coming back in. Did you at any point in that period think, I need to take an extended break away from boxing before coming back in?
It wasn't the fact I needed to take a break. You know what it was? I actually watched a lot of fighters, they've taken time out of the game for those reasons as well. And I think, okay, if they've done it, I should be doing it. But I got to look at myself as an individual. And what it is, I feel like if I take time out, I'm letting everyone catch up. And I want to be ahead of...
One of the main criticisms of Jake Paul calling out Anthony Joshua is that he already lost to Tommy Fury, who is still fairly new to professional boxing. If Jake had trouble with Fury, how can he expect to compete with a world-class fighter like Joshua? This has made many people think his challenge is more about getting attention than genuinely trying to fight elite competition.
To be taking the mick. Jake Paul has called out Anthony Joshua and claims, I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. You know what? I want this to happen just so Anthony Joshua could just absolutely decimate this man right here. So first he fights Tommy Fury, a legitimate professional boxer, and he loses. Then he fights an OAP and Mike Tyson and beats him. Obviously, he's nearly 60 years old. Then he goes to try and fight Canelo, which fell through, thankfully. Then he tried to fight Tank Davis, which again fell through. And now he wants to fight Anthony Joshua, a legit world-level heavyweight boxer. Anthony Joshua is someone that I've always looked up to and probably one of my favourite boxers to this day and age. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind Jake Paul here and there, but there's just things he does in the sport that I don't agree with at all. And fighting Anthony Joshua, listen, I'm all here for it, just to see him get knocked clean out. The fact that he thinks he can compete with these high-level boxers, even though he lost to Tommy Fury, is just laughable. But how long does it take for Anthony Joshua to knock Jake Paul out? I'm saying...
Jake Paul's ambitions go beyond boxing. He has also shown interest in fighting UFC star Conor McGregor. Paul believes that while his boxing skills are getting better, McGregor is declining due to age and inactivity. By targeting McGregor, Paul is continuing his approach of calling out big names to gain more attention in combat sports.
McGregor's done?
I think he has to come back and fight. But he needs to win.
Will he fight you?
I don't think he will. I think my skill level is outgrowing his in boxing, and I have the height advantage. He can't beat me, and I think he probably knows that. And like time, he's only getting older and I'm only getting better.
Another fighter Jake Paul has mentioned facing is Tank Davis. Davis recently fought Lamont Roach and is now looking for new challenges. However, there is a big issue with weight classes. Jake fights much heavier while Davis is a lightweight. If Jake wants this fight, he would need to lose a lot of weight, which could affect his future fights, including a possible matchup with Joshua in 2026. Joe Rogan has shared his thoughts, suggesting Jake wants more time before facing Anthony Joshua. Rogan thinks Jake might be trying to gain weight and possibly use steroids to get ready instead of fighting Joshua in 2025. Jake has said he will face him in 2026, giving himself an extra year to bulk up.
Tank Davis versus Jake Paul exhibition match was going to take place after the Lamont Roach fight until Tank drew with Roach, leading to a rematch. Now, I'm going to say the unpopular opinion here, but the size difference would have been way too much. I mean, even if Tank brought Jake down to 190 or 200 pounds, he would have still been way too big. I mean, no matter how good a lightweight is, they would have almost no chance against a cruiserweight or heavyweight ranked top 200 in his division. And I'm sure people are going to bring up Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, but Logan is just not a good boxer relative to Jake. You know, Jake's been training for a couple years, he's had over 10 pro fights, and Mayweather was also junior middleweight in this fight, not a lightweight like Tank. But that being said, I'm glad Tank and Jake isn't happening. You know, it would have been a fun spectacle, but I'm not the biggest fan of the exhibition stuff. And instead now Tank and Roach will be rematching in June. You know, the first fight did a little over 260,000 pay-per-view buys, which isn't bad in this market. Roach absolutely deserves a second fight, so I do think the rematch will do far more numbers. And as for Jake, I want to see him fight big-name boxers around his weight class. You know, the Tommy Fury rematch, for example, he's undefeated. The first fight did a little over 800,000 pay-per-view buys. He's around the same age range, so that's the fight I want to see, not the exhibitions. But let me know what you guys think.
Alright everyone, stay on top of all the latest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Boxing Glory and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Make sure to check out our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.